Hey, what's up you guys, the Dorcas Knight here, doing another action figure review, and this time on the DC Comics Multiverse, Justice League, Collect and Connect Steppenwolf, Wonder Woman. Taking a look at our packaging over here, it's pretty much the same as all the other figures inside this wave. It has a picture of Wonder Woman over here with the window box and the jail in the background. It says Justice League Wonder Woman, Collect and Connect Steppenwolf. Has the same photo of Wonder Woman as it did in the front with a little read up. And at the back over here, it has the Build-A-Figure Steppenwolf with all the figures you need to collect in this wave, which is Superman, Batman, Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman here comes with the other arm, the right arm to Steppenwolf, which we will take a look at in his review. There's a bunch of warnings down there. At the bottom over here, there's some copyright information. At the top says DC Comics Multiverse, and on the other side, the window box continues with Justice League, DC Comics Multiverse at the top, and that's about it. Alright, let's take a look at this figure. So we're just taking a look at the Wonder Woman action figure, and it's a pretty nice figure, to be honest. It has great sculpt, great paint apps. There's only one problem. This figure's already been released before, and that was inside the Wonder Woman movie wave, which is this guy, or this girl over here, which is a Toys R Us exclusive. Not exactly part of the actual wave, but we've already gotten this figure before. And in terms of differences, there's absolutely nothing other than accessories. The only real thing that I can notice is that this face is a little bit more shinier than this one over here. So, yeah, there's not much difference between these two. In terms of her accessories, she comes with the Lasso of Truth over here, which looks pretty nice. It has the little rivets in there to show the actual lasso, and yeah, it's a pretty nice accessory to go with Wonder Woman. And it's also nice too because it's removable. So what you do over here is that you take this part, then you stick it out, then you just put the lasso in there, and you clip it back in like so, and there you go. Get your very own Lasso of Truth right there that goes on her side. The other accessory that she comes with is, of course, her sword, which I have right here. And it's pretty much the exact same thing that we've gotten with the BVS figure, except this one I believe is a little bit of a lighter color. But yeah, it's kind of sad that they're reusing parts for this figure, not that they're doing some new things for this figure, but at least we still get all this stuff. Oh, and Wonder Woman's not from Themyscira, she's from China over here. One thing that I have noticed though is that if you can see, the paint on here is kind of rubbing off, which is kind of bothering me. But anyway, in terms of storing it on her, you can store it inside of this loop over here, just like so. And it fits in there pretty well. And then you can also take it off. And one thing that I like to do to make it a little bit more accurate to the movie is slide it through her back. There's a little loop in there, and then you just slide it right through like so, and that looks pretty nice. In terms of her holding it, you can get her to do so. Just takes a little bit of force to get it in there. And you kind of want to break the hand. So I'm going to try and do this off camera. There's her holding the sword, and she holds it pretty well. As you know, it's kind of stiff, so it should work. But yeah, taking a look at the figure for itself, as I said, it's a pretty nice looking figure. In terms of the likeness over here, if we can get a closer look, we got the box over here to kind of show off. There we go. So yeah, it's a pretty. You can see Gal Gadot in there for sure. So yeah, I think that they did pretty good with the likeness. And overall, the rest of the figure is pretty nice. Has some pretty good paint apps, as I've already said. Yeah, taking a look at this hair over here, if you look closely, you can kind of see that there's kind of black hair that went over with some brown dry brushing, so it looks very nice. She has the gold tiara right there. Continuing on, she's got the Wonder Woman logo, the kind of bird logo there, so it looks nice. She's got the armor going throughout. And one thing that I wish that this figure had was a little bit of a black wash going throughout, so you can kind of see all these little details in there, all the little scratches and all. But yeah, you can tell that this suit has gone to war a lot of times. Yeah, just looking at her gauntlets right there. How come I always forget what these are called? Remind me in the comments below if you know. So there's the hands right there with the little brown straps going around. And then the skirt over here looks pretty nice. It has some shiny blue paint going throughout. It has nice detail. Once again, you can see the scratches in there. It's a Wonder Woman logo now. And on the back over here, yeah, it has the same thing going throughout. Skin tone seems pretty good. There are the knee pads over there. Taking a look at the back. Once again, you can see that this suit has been through battle with all the scratches in there. So, yeah. And there's the tools for you. And at the bottom, there's no peg holes on this figure at all. So that's about it with taking a look at this figure. In terms of the articulation with this figure, it's pretty limited as all the other DC Comics Multiverse figures are. Her head can't really move up at all because of the hair. It moves side to side. But one thing that I am noticing when I move it side to side is that it kind of cuts the paint off over here, which is very bothersome to me. So that's not really that good. There's no pivot once again because of the hair. Her arms can move up about that much. They can go forward, back. There's a bicep swivel in there. Single jointed elbow. It can twist at the elbow. There's a wrist swivel. There's a waist swivel. No ab crunch. Once again, this is a brand new figure. Why isn't there an ab crunch? Come on. She can kick forward that much, but it's kind of limited because of the skirt. Kick back. Once again, limited because of the skirt. She can go that much, but it's kind of limited because of the skirt. Once again, I said that for the third time. There's a thigh swivel over here. Single jointed knee. She goes in about that far. And then the feet move down just a bit, then up just a bit, and there's no other articulation in the feet. So once again, Mattel, fix up your articulation, please. As for comparisons, here is the Justice League Wonder Woman next to the Wonder Woman movie Wonder Woman, and once again, as I've said already, there's not too many differences throughout. I do think this figure over here is a little bit more shinier than this one, so in my personal opinion, I would kind of go with this figure, but I'm guessing that you guys watching don't really see any differences, as it's a lot more noticeable in real life, like in reality, when you're looking at these figures in hand. But anyway, if you can't see any differences, which one would you prefer out of these two? So here's a comic book comparison to see how she went from the comic to the screen, from page to screen. So over here we have the DC Icons 7-pack Rebirth Wonder Woman. So this is the Rebirth Comics Wonder Woman. And over here we see the New 52 Jim Lee comic version of Wonder Woman, both done by DC Direct, or DC Collectibles in this case, which they're calling themselves now. As you can see, she kind of looks a little bit similar to this one over here. So you can kind of see how she kind of transfers with these two into this costume alone. Finally, here's a comparison of some other Justice League team members, or otherwise known as the Trinity. So this is our DC EU Trinity that Mattel has given us. And so far, from the old one that they've given us, I think I like this one a little bit more because of the paint jobs that they've given all these figures, which I think is just spectacular. The only problem is the articulation, which hopefully they'll fix sometime soon. So final thoughts on this figure. I think that it's pretty nice to go along with the JLA team. In terms of sculpt, I think it's pretty nice. In terms of paint, I think it's pretty nice. In terms of articulation, I think it needs to be fixed. But my only problem with this figure is the fact that we've already gotten this figure before, and we're just getting it over again. I just wish that Mattel would have at least changed something up, maybe a different color tone, as in this new Justice League movie, the tone of the suit is a little bit darker than the one in the original Wonder Woman movie. Or maybe even give us the black wash like I was talking about earlier. But yeah, and with them not adding the shield in there too, which I've just realized now is kind of a letdown, to be honest. But the sword is a plus. The only problem I have with the sword, though, is that it's reused. Like, at least give us something that is a little bit newer, because this one is a little bit oversized for the figure, in my opinion. But yeah, if you tell me what you guys think. Do you love it? Do you hate this figure? Do you want to see more? Do you want which one would you prefer, the Wonder Woman movie one or this Wonder Woman? Leave your comments down below. Leave a like on the video if you like it, and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys later. God damn it.